Hi, Facebook Live on my page. How are you? So we're live in our Facebook group. We're live on my Facebook page. I'm live on Instagram. I had to shut down Clubhouse, unfortunately, because I guess it can handle 3 devices. Before, it's just like, okay, sis, you pushing it. My internet is black. Like, what's going on with you? So anyway, I got an attitude, and I had to just choose ye this day, and that's what I did. Welcome on my page on Instagram, in our Facebook group. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for showing up. Coach Helen in our Facebook group. What city you representing? Coach Lillian there is representing Tupelo, Mississippi. Coach Lillian is one of our certified life coaches who had the honor, privilege, and pleasure of coming to train with me live here in Atlanta back in 2016, y'all. I told y'all I've been doing this for a minute. So Coach Lillian is class of 2016. She and her, what was y'all's relation? Were y'all besties? Were y'all church friends? I know y'all came in pairs that day to come train with me. And we had a good time. If you see my face glowing a little shiny, I literally just left the spa. Like, I jumped in the car, raced across Atlanta, picked up Arden's Garden. I needed some celery juice. And I stopped by the health food store right next door to it. Got me some black soap to keep this glow. And here I am. Glowing on camera. So the facial was super refreshing. I was like, okay, I definitely got to add this into my self-care routine. Alternate months. The lady's trying to get me come back in 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't need all that on my face every 2 weeks because I got good skin, hunty. I told her I got normal to dry. But we good. So I'm glad I did it. Glad I took some time for me. Today with the rain going in the background here in hot Atlanta, it's perfect to be here with y'all, chilling, got my house shoes on. I've had a really full, great day, and then I have one more meeting after this, and I'm going to just chill, just chillax. So say hey. So I think I'm going to drop Instagram. Let's see, because y'all ain't on here. So let me end that. And that way our signal is even stronger with a K. Hey, Coach Michelle Green, another one of our certified life coaches who came to train with me online not too long ago. We do have a home study course. Coach Helen, who's here, can tell y'all all about it. It is called the 10 for 10 program. It's over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. Hi, Nancy. Are you a coach? You trying to become a coach? blacklifecoachselfstudy.com is where our 10 for 10 program is. And what it is our one-day life coach certification training program that Coach Michelle Green finished. But Coach Helen is in. Coach Lillian don't know nothing about this version of my training, but she get all the personality. She knows, okay? She trying to get me to Mississippi. I'll be there one day, I think. I'm going to do a citywide tour for my coaches, y'all. One of our coaches in Texas already got me booked for 2023, okay? So it will happen very soon. So tell your friends, okay? So 10 for 10 is where I took our life coach certification training for Black women of faith. And because you can do it in a day, there is an option for you to do it in a day. Hey, Crystal. But for those of you who have booze or who like to learn in segments, like Coach Carla talked about on our podcast recently, she's the coach in Texas booking me for 2023. She just completed her life coach certification just a few short days ago. Hey, Shreveport, Louisiana. We got some coaches in LA, is what I call y'all city. Or y'all state. And so Coach Carla said, I love your life coach certification training, Dr. AJ, because it gave me time to learn in segments. So I can do 20 minutes here, 30 minutes here, an hour here, get to the kids, take care of the husband, tend to the pets, tend to the house, come back and learn. So I have broken it up for you guys to come study with me. Price is not an option. Tell them, Coach Helen, we got this. blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. It's only $110 a month for 10 months. The price will increase because it has increased since we launched it over 30 days ago now. Everybody that started with us over 30 days ago is now in like month 2. You won't be behind. You can jump in. Hello, Pastor Elaine. How are you? So for those of you who are new here, maybe you've never met me. You don't know what all this joy is about. Hey girl, my name is Dr. AJ Austin. I am founder of the International Center for Life Coach Training, LLC, where I train Black women of faith to become certified life coaches online in one day. If that's you, I roll out the welcome mat and invite you to stay. If that ain't you, child, go scroll, find something to do, because we about to get into your fear. For those of you who are not like my crew in the Facebook group of Future Black Life Coaches, they certified or either they working on it. So they like, oh, we just here for the support, Dr. AJ. See what extra gems we can pick up, right? I just left the Millionaire Mastermind that was in Atlanta. I went there before I went to the spa. And just to know that there are other people shaking and moving and helping Black women of faith in my city and around the world, just to be in an environment like that was like, yes, God, please, more. Thank you. So I'm bringing that glow to you guys as well. So I have this book that I work through. I'm in a coaching program. I joined at least 4 coaching programs over the last year, spent several $1,000s. But when I tell you this right here, it's so worth it. All of them that I'm in is worth it. But the other day, I was sitting minding my business, filling out my workbook, doing my homework, because my coach gives us homework too. So y'all, it ain't just you. And when I got to the part that asked, well, why do you think some women have not moved forward with getting their certification with you, Dr. AJ Austin? Is it self-doubt where they think they should be able to do it on their own? They think they should be able to go to Google or YouTube or read a couple books, listen to a couple podcasts, watch a couple lives, steal somebody's information, copy and paste it, and try to, pass it off as their own. Is that you? If that's you, you don't have to respond. As the pastors would say, if we was live in church, look straight ahead, because I ain't talking to you, right? But this was the question in my book. It said, well, what about those who think, that they actually have to pull themselves together to get to a place in their lives where they have to have it all together before they can show up as a coach. Those who say, who am I to help someone else with their life when my life is a wreck, is a mess? I've been through this, haven't recovered from that, going through this, dealing with this, thinking about this. Is that you? Because now that one, y'all can respond. I need to see some emojis on that, because I've had phone conversations. I have talked to hundreds of people at this point, y'all, who had that very doubt. Can I become a life coach without having my life together? I've done some lives on that, y'all. Facebookers in my group, Future Black Life Coaches, I am so proud of y'all for showing up on tonight. I just got to let y'all know. And I'm sorry for leaving y'all out of the number. I'm going to make sure I include y'all in these weekly lives, because I'm live at least 3 times a week on my Facebook page. I appreciate you for being here. I see the emoji. So somebody said, okay, she talking to me. Because see, some of them in our private Facebook group are not yet certified either. But this is for you. That's why I went live. God was like, don't leave out your fellow sisters, right? What about this? Now, I need some emojis if this is you. If you bold, you can put a little hand raise emoji in the comments, Facebook, because y'all the only ones live with me on the tonight. Either you're live on my page or you're live in the group. And you've had this doubt about your own ability to do what is required, aka do the work. What that means is, I've had several phone conversations, and back in the day, I would even have discussions, but I've learned to just sit still after I tell people I'm a Black woman of faith. I train and certify Black women of faith to become certified Black life coaches online in one day. And they say one day, and they clutch their pearls. So, child, I let them clutch them, because I just sit there and I listen. And I wait. Because what the clutch pearls represent is their doubt in their own ability to do the work that's required to become a certified life coach in one day. See, I don't doubt my work because we have coaches like Coach Lillian, who's hanging out in the Facebook group. We have Coach Helen. We have Coach Michelle, who was on my Facebook page. We have other coaches. As a matter of fact, 168 certified life coaches on my own personal training roster who have coached and trained with me in some capacity, whether it was live or live stream or our home study course that's over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. I'm getting tongue-tied. It's called 10 for 10. This is our roster, our record, our receipts of the work that I know is possible in a one-day life coach certification training. So again, when people say, training in one day is pearl clutching worthy, it's because they're doubting their own ability to do the work. We're going to move on because I don't see emojis on that. So maybe I ain't talking to you, right? Maybe this is you. Let me see some emojis if you can relate that you think you maybe one day, might be soon but not sure, but probably thinking about becoming interested in becoming a certified life coach at some point in the future someday. That was long, wasn't it? Because that's how y'all sound when y'all tell me, oh, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. Let me go pray about it. But you swear God has called you to coach. And here I is, black women. But you got to go pray about it. And most of the time, depending on the mood I'm in, I say, well, what were we praying about? Because, see, I pray, and the Bible says, where 2 or 3 are gathered together in his name, he shall be in the midst. So we need to be touching and agreeing, sis, on you actually walking in your calling. So what are we praying about? Oh, okay, I'm going to move on. Okay, let me say this right. Deboraka. Hopefully I said that right. Hey, welcome. Maybe this is you. Maybe you found yourself at a place where you said, someday, okay, I do want to become a life coach. I know God has called me. I know I'm able to do the work. I know that I'm at a point in my life where I've been through so much that I could help somebody else by just listening and asking them some really good questions. I know that I need help doing this because I can't figure it out on my own. I can't just copy and paste what everybody else is doing. God has called me to a special place. He's given me a special gift, talent, skill, story, experience. And you're like, but I got to save up. I got to save my money up, Dr. AJ. I got to save, because I'm underemployed or I'm on workers' comp or, I still get food stamps. I'm a paycheck away from being home. Like, do y'all realize I've been on all that? So that's why I can talk about it, okay? So to keep that excuse at bay, and it is an excuse, tell them Coach Helen, ain't no excuse. Because over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com, I have broken down the $1,000 that it usually takes for you to get started working with me to become a coach. That people have most definitely paid to come get certified with me. My program is a $5,000 value. 50 coaches have trained online and got the version of this program over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com that you'll see where it's still $1,000, but I gave you 10 months to pay that thing off, 10 months to get the knowledge necessary for you to actually answer the call, walk into that anointing. It's $110 a month for 10 months. Now what you saving? Okay. Hi, Nicole, future Black Life Coach. How are you? So, maybe this is you. Because if you're still trying to use the excuse of, I need to save up, maybe it's not my time, I don't know if I'm ready, or maybe you're ready, but you just still want to save up, but other things are taking priority, like, the kids go back to school this week. Do y'all know how tired I am of hearing that this month? I said, okay, I got to make note of when the kids go back to school because I don't have kids. I have nieces and nephews and cousins. And child, I don't know the school schedule, but I know these mamas, honey, that I've been talking to will use them babies to stop their own blessing. Well, I had to get my child this and do this for the baby going back to school. And I know, y'all, it's real. I was that spoiled brat. I was my mother's only daughter. And I say was because my mom passed away back in 2008 at 47 years old. But I was the child that she prayed for. She lived her life for. I was that girl she wanted, y'all. And I won the race, the little swimmer's race. And I made it here. So I know what it's like to see my mom work to get me school clothes, school shoes, matching outfits with her for Easter, and all that fun stuff from back in the day. So my mother is part of the reason that I do this. So I know, I don't personally know what it's like to have to scrimp and save for your kids, but I know what it's like to be that child on the receiving end. I also know what it's like to witness my mother or to hear my coaches who have been certified raise their hand and said, yes, their stories of their children saying, Mommy, I'm so proud of you because you did it. Coach Sonia, who may pop on here on my Facebook page, I'm not sure, she may watch the replay, but that's one of the first things she told me when she graduated with her life coach certification certificate from my training. I said, Sonia, how do you feel, coach? And she said, I feel amazing because my son looked up at me and told me how proud he was that I did this. And I was like, right there. Ain't no more excuses. That baby warmed my heart and I ain't even met him yet. So, what's your excuse, coach? I hope I'm stepping on some toes. I see these numbers dropping and I'm okay with it. Because I only want to talk to the people who know they're ready. You know you need help. You know you're called to coach and you don't want to try to do it on your own. You know that you've been through enough in your life that you can help somebody else. And you're willing to put in the work. You're willing to make $110 a month investment for 10 months to get your life coach certification training. All other excuses don't exist. You know you got this, right? Or are you afraid? Because that's what we're talking about during this broadcast. Your fear versus your future as a Black woman certified life coach. So what about the opportunity for you to put your money where your mouth is? And you finally understanding that that takes a whole nother level of commitment. So maybe, and I don't know if y'all will respond on this, maybe you are that talker. Yeah, one day, coach, I'm going to do it. One day, I'm ready. Maybe you even started calling yourself a coach because you're just talking. And now you realize, oh, she calling me out. She done made it easy to train with her. She done made the payments affordable. She done extended the time to complete the training. And now I got to stop jibber jabbering and make a decision because now it's time to put my money where my mouth is. And honestly, that takes a whole nother level of courage. It takes a whole decision to be made. But if you haven't made the decision yet, maybe you think you're not able to make that decision. Ooh, that was for you. Future Black Life Coach Nicole Dixon says, I haven't gotten through all the modules yet, but I'm not going to give up. I am thankful for that time and the way you've done it. So, Future Black Life Coach Nicole Dixon is in our 10 for 10 program that you can get more information on. Register and join us today over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. And Coach Nicole, I just appreciate you updating me, letting me know where you are in the process. That's why I'm here. We have a hand-holding accountability process because my goal is to make sure that you make it through, making sure that you make it through. So Facebook, my page keeps freezing. I did eliminate 2 of our platforms out of 4 on tonight, so hopefully y'all can still hear me. I think I know what it is. I got to clean my phone storage. This one here, y'all, hit home when my coach asked this in our workbook about the reason that you really have not said yes to becoming a Black woman of faith who is a certified life coach with me by visiting blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. She said maybe they're afraid of what might happen if they actually do become a coach. That's called fear of success. Honestly, who's willing to be honest? Like, oh, I finally got to stop talking about it. I finally have to make a decision. All the excuses and obstacles are off the table. What if I really do this? And I do this. Oh my gosh. I will really be a coach. It can be scary. In another one of our coaches' case, her name is Coach Cicely. Coach Cicely trained with me twice. She loved the class so much. She's here in Georgia with me as well. And she said her fear was of success. But not in the sense that we think. She knew she was called to coach. She knew she would make a great coach. I actually considered, bringing her on board as one of the coaches for me. And she was new at this, but she was so good because she asked really, really good questions. But her confidence level was low in the beginning. But then she started working with clients and built that confidence. And her clients started getting results. And then she became jealous of her clients. And I said, Coach Cicely, you can't do that. That is a compliment to your success as a coach when your clients start getting results that you're jealous of. Imagine how good you gotta be. Oh my goodness. So that was a moment of clarity, but that's also a fear of success that many of us have to get over, because what if it happens? What if you do become so good as a certified life coach that you're jealous of your clients' results? How many of y'all would like that problem right now? Like, I want to be that good. Let me see some emojis in the comments. Now, there are some of you who are at certain places in your life. And again, I get it. You know, we don't live identical lives, but I know that my story of being homeless and dealing with the death and divorce on the same day. My mom died on the same day my divorce became final. My job downsized a few short weeks later. Dealt with homelessness, dealt with dropping out of school. You see yourself in some part of my story. Our lives may not be identical. Yeah, I don't have kids. And hey, Cassidy. So our lives are parallel in some sense, though. We match. We go together in some sense, because you can see yourself in my story. You can see the strength, the stick-to-itiveness. You can see the growth. You can see the anointing, the Holy Spirit, where God just picked me up and carried me. Y'all got some of those stories, right? Let me see some emojis if you do. But you may also are at a point where you think that if you try something else, you take on something new, you actually try to walk in your calling as a coach, your whole life is going to shift directions. Things are going to blow up. You know, you don't want to jinx it. You know, maybe it'll be too much of a change. Maybe it'll be hard. Maybe you can't make it. Will people really pay you? Will you really get clients? Will you really complete the certification? I get it. These are all fears. Again, the title of this here live is Your Fear versus Your Future. So I've been sharing little bits and pieces about some of our stories, like some of our coaches and some of their stories, like Future Black Life Coach Nicole, Future Black Life Coach Helen, Coach Lillian, Coach Michelle, and all of the ladies who have trained with us. I share their stories little by little because maybe you too can see yourself in their story. And so they're the proof that some of y'all are looking for. Because a part of my website is full of testimonials. I told you I've personally trained 167 life coaches from all over the world, from the Cayman Islands, Vietnam, all over the U.S. and North America, Vietnam, Austria, Australia. I see you, Cassidy. I want to kiss you on your cheek. You ready? Mwah! Cassidy just was like, you about to stop stepping on my toes right now. Here go my payment, sis. She just joined 10 for 10. Can we celebrate Cassidy with some love, y'all? Throw some emojis up. It just popped up on my phone while I'm preaching and teaching on tonight. Congratulations. Your module will be coming to you when I'm no longer live. I'm going to inbox you personally via your email. So make sure you gave me the right email to send your first modules to. Again, 10 for 10. It's only $110 for 10 months over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. We're welcoming future Black Life Coach Cassidy, and we're celebrating her. And Coach Lillian said, I do it daily, but I do not get paid money, but I see life change working at the alternative school. Yes, and I'm stretching to see y'all because y'all so far back. I'm going to bring y'all closer next time, okay? Y'all on my tripod. That's why y'all ain't shaking like my other thing is. But yeah, I heard a coach today say how her goal is to get so successful that she can start giving back. I give back in the form of coaching. So I told y'all I went to a millionaire mastermind today that supports new Black businesses. I caught myself coaching on the spot. I had to stop talking and walk away. I was like, I told the lady, you are not paying me to coach you right now. But I give back in the form of coaching. I give back in the form of paying a certain percent of my revenue to invest back into the Black community. So when I see Black women of faith growing their own coaching companies, doing a doggone thing to bring in extra income for their family, I support and I give back. So there's nothing wrong with becoming a coach so that you too can sow a seed, and you are free to give an offering in the form of your coaching in any way you see fit. I have found myself coaching time and time again. I don't even look at it as coaching for free. I look at it as sowing a seed. So this is for those of you who are certified, and maybe you're not getting paid just yet, or maybe you are coaching for free just to get practice. You have to keep a seed in the ground. That's what one of my former pastors used to say. Always keep a seed in the ground. So for example, because I sowed a seed today, look who just signed up to become a coach, Coach Cassidy. Okay, I sowed a seed. And every time I coach for free or support another Black woman in business, I absolutely know that that seed is going to harvest. And that's how you have to look at it. I did a live about that. Y'all have to find it on my Facebook page. It was so good. My new coaches were asking me that same thing about just kind of how do you stay motivated in between clients, or in between, people coming to work with you, or in between you growing your business. You always have to have a seed in the ground. So if you know that you'll be giving away a portion of what you do as a newly certified life coach, just know that a paid client is right around the corner. All you have to do is open up your heart to receive it. Y'all know we believe in faith and the manifestation thereof. Come on, y'all. I ain't preaching on the night, am I? I can, but here we are. So if you're looking for proof that it works, I'm living proof. Our coaches who show up with us on our lives are proof. The testimonials you see on my website over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com is proof. And so I'm making sure that you understand that there's an opportunity for you to be inspired, to have the confidence and the faith to finally show up as a Black woman certified life coach that you know you are. So I want to make sure you also understand how the process of coming to work with me works. Coach Cassidy got it. She just joined us. Coach Helen is in our program. Coach Michelle. We have so many coaches who show up and support me and each other. Like, my coaches have each other's back so heavy, and I love it. I just can live my life peacefully knowing that my coaches got each other. So if you're not in shopping mode, if you're not just, I just called to get the price, I'm just looking on your website to get the information. If you're not considering joining any other program because you know that you want to work with me, you know that you want to be a part of our community, then hey, blacklifecoachselfstudy.com is where to go, because it's time out for buying these books, buying these cheap programs, trying to piece together all the freebies you get when you join people's email list, trying to figure out how to manifest your way to money to do this. Y'all, we got the money. When Black women want something, child, don't nothing stand in our way. And I mean it just like that. Don't nothing stand in our way when we want something. So you can't put your hopes and dreams of becoming a future Black life coach on the back burner saying, one day I'll step out on faith. One day I'll take the leap. I got to say it like that because some of y'all really do be preaching. That's why I don't really take many phone calls no more, because I'm tired of the sermonettes. I just need to know if you visited blacklifecoachselfstudy.com and joined the program, and we can talk about your vision for becoming a coach a little bit later on. But let me talk more about how inspiring it is when you get to see others do it. Because if you're like Coach Cassidy, Coach Nicole, Coach Helen, Coach Lillian, whatever the reason was that got them to say yes, to raise their hand to come train with me, to become a Black woman of faith who is a certified life coach, at some point they was like, enough is enough. I'm ready. No more excuses. I can do this. The way has been made available for me to do this. So when you see others do it, what does that do to you? if you haven't made the decision for yourself. Like, do you ever find yourself seeing others coach and make money and speak and write books and win awards and show up on podcasts and help people, and you cringe a little because you know that should be you? You don't have to respond. I know. I'm going to take a sip of my, what's all in here? Cucumber, celery, green apple juice, lemons, spinach, and kale with my pinky up. I know, because that used to be me. Not just me, but me and friends would sit and talk about other people's coaching. And so God convicted my soul. Like, how you going to talk about somebody who is out there doing it and you ain't doing it because you ain't made the decision? Okay, we're going to move on from that because I'm on my own toes now. Back in the day, me. But that's you, though. That's one of you who hasn't moved forward. And I'm not trying to guilt you. I cried writing this out a couple days ago because I felt myself standing behind you, seeing what you see, because I've been in that space of seeing other people do what I know I've been called to do. And so when you're in that space of not doing what you know that you've been called to do, because it's been years, and you know that, the kids or whatever else, kitchen renovations or vacations can no longer be the obstacle that holds you back, you've been forcing down that goal. You've been forcing down that dream long enough. So when is enough enough? This is just real talk. This is not guilting. This is not a sermon. This is really what came to my spirit when my coach asked me, well, at what point will they say enough is enough? And so if you're wondering what could have been if you would have got certified years ago, that's what Coach Carla, our most recent newly certified coach, brought up on our podcast the other day for Black Life Coaches. She said, I wonder about all the people that have been waiting on me that I had to leave behind because I didn't feel like I was ready. Notice I keep emphasizing I. But when you take I out of it and you think of the people God has called you to do, you're no longer wondering what could have been. You're actually picking up what you feel like you left behind. You're making up for lost time. Some of y'all have to do that. You're going to have to come get certified with me and hit the ground running. Just like Coach Carla got certified and now she has 2 workshops in the works. She's planning future events. She's booking me for years down the road. You got to make up for that lost time because tomorrow is not promised and you already have been waiting years to exercise and do more with your gift. So if you're ever like me, y'all, I know that this is you. If you haven't said yes yet, or if you just need that little extra push. I remember I used to wake up with that sunken feeling in just the center of my soul, knowing that I was called to do more with my gift to help people as a coach. And I would have an attitude with God most of the day. But he would nicely remind me how he waiting on me. But if you can resonate with that sunken place, and you like, what is it? I can't shake it. It won't go away. When I think I feel that void, it comes back. Or either you felt that lump in your throat. You just got to swallow a couple times. Get you something to drink because your throat with a K is dry. Because deep in your heart space, it's time to get to work. It's time to get to work. Or maybe you're like me. I have to put it back on me because y'all act like she ain't talking to me. I don't know because I'm just sitting here and watch her be cute on camera on tonight. But I remember when I worked 9 to 5 and I would sit in my car and I would have to have a pep talk, a come to Jesus call, put on some gangster rap to hype myself up. Yes, I'm a thug underneath this. I'm a Christian thug. Love me. Some back in the day Outkast, Good and Mod. We ain't gonna go there because I just had a jam session a couple nights ago. But I would have to use that to pump myself up, to go in to work with a good attitude. Maybe y'all don't know nothing about that. But that lump in your throat, that drop in your heart when you know it's time to clock in, that's your cue that it's called timeout and you're called for more. If you've ever had a tightening in the center of your chest where you feel like you're stuck, like you want to move forward, you're hearing all this, it makes sense, it resonates with you, you agree, you're like, you're right, Dr. AJ, it is time, I need to do it, I should do it, but you feel like you're stuck in quicksand, sinking sand, bubblegum, or doing what we call the double dutch. Should I? When am I going to jump in? The rope is turning. I'm ready to jump in. You're just doing the rock, the double dutch rock. We talk about that for future Black life coaches. Should I? Shouldn't I? Is it time? I feel stuck. I'm not moving forward in what God has called me to do. That tightening of your chest, that inner dialogue, those arguments you have in your head. Remember I said I would have an attitude with God. I also had inner dialogue, arguments in my head with myself about if I could really do what a coach is called to do. I'm here to tell you that you can. You have the proof. There are testimonials, success stories, and people on this live right now that can support you. We're here to welcome you into the community of coaches, of those who have said yes. So if you have a goal of becoming a certified life coach this year, you're not putting it off for later. You're not waiting for something else to happen and money to just fall out the sky. But you're ready to take my training, showing up as yourself, proving to yourself that you can do it, showing others that you can do it and be successful at it. I want to invite you to head over to blacklifecoachselfstudy.com because that dream of finally making it as a Black woman business leader, being called Coach Helen, Coach Nicole, Coach Cassidy, Coach Lillian, Coach Michelle, Coach Carla, having the term coach in front of your name, it boosts your confidence. But if you're not certified, I want you to imagine the word coach in front of your name and not just calling yourself that because you decided to, but knowing that because you decided to invest in that skill of coaching and come up with your own success formula and method. You're now coach, fill in your name here. And you're finally seeing your name on your life coach certification certificate. And it's framed and it's hanging up on your home office wall. Your name is in lights because you've been accepted. You've been embraced. And now you're well respected. You have nothing to hide behind. You don't have to worry about imposter syndrome because you know you've been called to this. And now you're well received in the life coaching community. You're loved. You're loved on as a newly certified Black life coach. There are people who line up to give you money. There are people who come together to allow you to be their coach. So I want you, if you're listening to this and you haven't said yes yet, make a decision in this moment. And even not making a decision is a decision. But I want you to decide if now is your moment or if you're going to let another 365 days go by. You're going to let the price of my program increase because it will. Ask Coach Lillian. She didn't pay $1,000, did you, Coach Lillian? We weren't charging that back in 2016. But here we are. Okay? So if you're really ready to decide not to let another year go by before you accept your gift, your greatness, and walking into your calling with anointing, with faith, with the skill, the know-how, the confidence of being coached, then I invite you to visit blacklifecoachselfstudy.com to sign up to get started right now. Because 30 days from today, if you really work this plan, regardless of what version of the program you're in, whether you get the whole program at once, there is an option there on the page to do that, or whether you take our 10 for 10 program, and all of this again is over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. In 30 days, you could be certified. You could be on your way to becoming certified. You could be growing a new list of coaching clients that further prove that you got this. You can do this. You were called and chosen for such a time as this. 90 days from today, you could have a full-on mapped out marketing plan for where to go from here on how to consistently grow your coaching company and bring in coaching clients, because I include all of that in the program. And this time next year, y'all, Just think about it with me for a minute, especially my coaches who are considering coming on in, those who just joined us today, and those who are in the program and working it, those who have already been certified, but you want to take it to the next level. Imagine 365 days from today. You could have a larger list of clients that you've worked with in the past, present clients, and potential coaching clients. You could have a growing list of speaking opportunities. You could be on your way to writing your first book, or maybe you could have it done before then. It's possible when you work with me now. You can also have all of these opportunities like selling your book at your own workshop, hosting your own live events, coaching people on stage in what we call hot seat coaching. And then I took it a step further because my coach asked me to dream just a little bit for you guys. And she said, Dr. AJ Austin, in 3 years, which I broke down as 1,095 days from today. Seems like a lot, but y'all, it ain't that long. But in 1,095 days from today, you could have a well-established coaching business. You could have coaching as your main income, your full-time income. I know some of you are planning for retirement. I know many of you have said, I want coaching to be my main source of income. And that's so possible because you know you have the gift of helping others, and it's this instinctive, intuitive gift. You know that you love serving, you love coaching, you love doing it in a way that ministers to others. That's why I love working with Black women of faith, because you love helping other people get breakthroughs. The reason Coach Lillian coaches for free is because that's a form of ministry, and she gets joy from seeing others get their breakthrough. And I'm sure her face and her eyes light up when people tell her how much she has helped them as a certified life coach. You know that you have a purpose in coaching as a life coach. And then you know that you're brilliant as a Black woman of faith who still wants more. And you still have more to offer to the world. I don't care how old or how young you are. We all have more that we can give. That's what that pull in the center of our chest is about. Sis, you could be doing more. What's going on? So the opportunity exists over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com for you to come on board, because you know you can do this. You can get certified. You can help people. You can get paid. It can eventually become your main source of income if you want. It doesn't take a lot of time, a lot of money to become a certified life coach with me. I can only speak for my program. You know that there's a world of other Black women of faith that are in our community. These are Black women who are certified life coaches, or they're in our life coach certification training program, and they have accomplished the goal that you're looking to accomplish. They have taken that leap of faith. They have passed certification, or they've even completed their first month of the training program, and they have paying clients lined up. Even the coaches that are in our 10 for 10, y'all got paying clients lined up and you don't even know it. So you got to say yes and take that next step. So you can witness your own growth as a new coach, and you can witness growing your own coaching company. You can witness having clientele, having a support circle, especially for those of you who may not have the support system that Coach Carla talked about on our podcast recently. And she mentioned how her husband was very supportive. We have another coach, Coach Corinthia. Her husband was very supportive. We have another coach, Coach Deanna. She's here in Georgia with me. Her husband would use me as a threat when she wouldn't act right. Like, you want me to call Dr. AJ? That's support, y'all. Especially when your immediate family and friends are not in the coaching space. Sometimes they don't know what type of support you need. But we know, because we're in this community and we're growing every day, and you can witness your own growth as a coach. And so if you're ready to love who you are as a coach and love how you coach, like, I love my coaching style. I love that I can be mid-conversation and something will download intuitively. That's that spiritual gift, that anointing, being called and chosen. And I can say something. Like the last thing I said today from a lady whose business I supported at the Millionaire Mastermind, she did like this. She jumped back and she took a step back. And I said, that's my cue to walk away. My job is done. That's how good of a coach I am. And that's how good of a coach you can be when you set yourself up to love how you coach, love who you are as a coach, love being around people who pay you to coach, and then making sure that you keep that in your space because of who you already are and how you already can show up as a coach. So before I go, I want to paint this picture for you because I see this for you and I had to write it out and I just had to share it on this live. And it's this process, right? Because some of you are on here now. Maybe you'll watch the replay. Maybe you're listening on the podcast or YouTube. Hey, y'all. If I have stepped on your toes, listen. Wear some steel toe boots next time, okay? Come on over to Black Life Coach Self-Study and join us. Hey, Viola, how are you? Thank you for the love. So when you're a Black woman, certified life coach, by visiting blacklifecoachselfstudy.com, on the day of graduation, y'all, and I'm cheating, Coach Helen, so close your ears because I know you like, what's coming? I want to run on and see what the end gonna be. But you get a graduation graphic and it has your name, your coaching number, your coaching title, your picture. And this is how you get to that point, going from where you are, which is right now listening to me, whether you're watching live or the replay, whether you're here for the first time or you need to hear me tell you over and over again to visit blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. Let me tell you how to get to that graduation graphic. Do you have to already be certified or do you do courses? Ask me in a different way because I don't think I understand your question. I think it's two parts to your question. Ask me again, Viola, and I'll come back to you. Are you certified? First of all, let's start there, and I can definitely help you out. So the first part of getting to graduation, let's just imagine though. Let's skip all this, right? Act like we ain't even where we are right now. We're about to go into the future. Let's manifest on some things. Let's put some things in the atmosphere. Y'all ready? Let me see some emojis, Facebook groupers, Facebook livers. Okay, Viola says she's a first-time viewer. So, Viola, over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com is our life coach certification process. And we're imagining that you finished the life coach certification process with me, right? And it's graduation day. You did it. You have a graduation graphic. You have your life coach certification certificates. It's digital, it's downloadable, it's printable, and I can ship it to you personally so you can frame it like I did mine when I graduated. You got a bonus graduation gift from me. I can't tell you what that's going to be, Coach Helen. I know you're listening intently. But you get a graduation gift from me. Okay, I'll go ahead and tell you because I can't keep a secret that long. It's 40% off anything in our e-store. And I have 40 products in my e-store right now. And my certified life coaches, the day of graduation, they can get any of them for almost half off. And when I tell you my coaches love this, they go rack up on all of my trainings. And they love it because it's their next step in our continuing education process as a newly certified life coach. So yes, Viola, I am your Master Life Coach Certification Trainer for Black Women of Faith. And I train and certify Black Women of Faith. I do it online in one day. And over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com is where I took that one-day process and broke it down into 10 months and 10 payments. It's only $110. It's called the 10 for 10. That's our program. So the way you get to graduation day is that you successfully, completed the training. You got your graduation gift. You got your certificate. You got your graphic. You did it. You get an email. And you have also successfully found coaching clients because, as I mentioned, that's a part of my program. You've aced your life coach certification assessment. Coach Lillian, if you on here, don't you dare tell them what that assessment is, okay? I think you and Coach Michelle are the only ones on here that knows what that is. It's not hard. Y'all don't freak out. Don't shut down on me. But I make it to where you will pass, okay? You have joined our community of certified coaches and they've celebrated you. You've had major ahas and breakthroughs of self-discovery. Coach Eba, one of our certified life coaches, said this is truly a self-study course over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. You have gained super clarity on coaching, because you may have shown up, or maybe you're like Viola, who says this is her first time here, and you think coaching is one thing, but the training teaches you what coaching is exactly based on me being certified in 2013 and then me training from 2016 on. And I have really helped define what coaching truly is. It's not rolling our neck and telling people what to do, but it's learning how to ask really good questions. And I'm even adding some extra bonus questions to our training handbook so that you can get good at asking those questions. And so, as a recap, Viola, we've been talking about how you got here. Yes, you. You who see me for the first time. You who may have been researching or may know in your heart you're called to coaching. You're tired of trying to figure this out on your own. Like you said in your comments, OMG, what are the flipping odds? Girl, it was strategic. You were meant to be here. And I'm showing you how to get to your graduation day. All because you said yes. You've decided on, when you get in our training, you'll have an opportunity to decide exactly on who you're here to serve as a future Black woman certified life coach. You'll also get to witness coaching in action from a newbie coach standpoint. Some of our newer coaches from back in the day, this time a year and a half ago, let me record their sessions, and they submitted them to use as a training tool for you. So they're coaching for the first time. They're nervous on camera. And then I also give you a copy of one of my expert coaching sessions, because as you can see, I ain't scared no more. I started out nervous, but I ain't scared. So I show you what it's like to coach professionally, to show people that you know what you're doing. So you get to see your trainer coach. How many programs you know that's doing that? I don't know of any, and I've taken life coach certification trainings 5 times. Yes, I kind of know what's out there. But when you are with us, you've downloaded and digested the basic foundational coaching essentials that you need to get started as a life coach. It's not fluff. We're not going to talk about theory or what you may learn in school. I'm teaching from personal experience of training and certifying 168 life coaches by myself. I'm going to do the Kevin Hart real quick. By myself, on my own, standing in heels, standing in Spanx, live, online, live stream, home study, just going down the list, okay? So this is lived, real experience and stories and success and testimonials and know-how. And, of course, the blueprint, which is all over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. And this is our self-study system for you to sign up for your next steps as a future Black life coach. Because the bonus is you found me. Y'all got here on Facebook some kind of way, right? You found me. Whether you're listening via live on Facebook or you would have been listening live on IG had my internet during this rainstorm let me be great on tonight. Whether you've heard me on Clubhouse or you will in the future, some of y'all I will get to talk to on Clubhouse, or maybe you found me on our podcast. You found me, sis. You are here for such a time as this. Any questions? This really warmed my heart. Viola says, yes, help me find my niche. LOL, who I'm meant to serve. Our niche usually looks like us. The reason that I could share all that I've shared with you today is because I have been where you currently are. I have been thinking about it. I have been researching it. I have been looking into it. I have been praying about it. I have been calling around. I have been tire kicking. I have said yes. So much so that I didn't even have the money when I said yes in 2013. One of my business buddies gave me the money to get certified, and then I paid her back, y'all. I got to throw that in there because, Black women, we don't like owing nobody nothing, okay? So she got me through training, and I did that right before I walked off my last job. And the reason I walked off was because my money stopped showing up, which is why I couldn't pay for my own training. But that's another live. We ain't here to talk about that on tonight. But I'm here to encourage you to visit blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. Let me know in the inbox if you have questions. I'm happy to answer those. Are there any final questions in our Facebook group? Viola, do you have any questions? You definitely want to go watch the replay because I got deep. I brought it from the beginning. That's what my former first lady used to say. She used to combine the word beginning and ending. So from the beginning, I have brought you what you needed to know, that this is where you're supposed to be to complete your life coach certification training as a Black woman of faith, because I can only speak on behalf of my life coach certification training, where we make sure that we are sharing the inclusive experience of being a Black woman. So we're Black, we're women, we're Black women of faith, we're certified life coaches, we're entrepreneurs, we're including everybody. The program is made easy and possible with our 10 for 10, $110 for 10 months until the price increases. So if you're watching this sometime in the future and the price changed, okay, you're just blessed to invest in yourself at a higher level. Be thankful that it ain't higher. Okay. So, yes. So that's all I have. I will be doing more lives that get deeper, making sure that I'm talking to the right people. Because it's time out for the tire kickers, the researchers, the Googlers, the just getting more information, just want to pick your brain, just got a few questions. Everything you need to know is over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. To get started with us today, like Coach Cassidy did. There's a tongue twister because I have a client named Cassia. So I appreciate all of you for being here. Congratulations again, future Black Life Coach Cassidy. And I look forward to calling all of you guys coach soon. If there are not any questions, let me reach over and scroll. Okay, so y'all good, Facebook Livers in the group. I don't see any questions. Don't see any questions on our Facebook page. So I'm going to go. I'm actually about to be late to my next call. Remember, there is someone somewhere. They are waiting on you, future Black Life Coach, to walk in your destiny so they can walk into theirs. Because it's when you let your own light shine, you give others permission to do the same. Listen, remember, as a future Black Life Coach, when you impact one life, you impact generations. Y'all ready? Let's impact generations. Meet me over at blacklifecoachselfstudy.com. And I'll see y'all soon. Have a phenomenal rest of your night. God bless. Bye, future Black Life Coaches.